for these motors to last, you got to drain the gas out every winter to get all the gas out of the motor, and then you run it until it's completely empty. I usually use a siphon hose. This one's clear, which makes it easier. If you can see the level of the gas, make sure the level of the gas comes above the motor, and then dump it into the tank and it should run. You don't have to get the gas in your mouth. Put your finger over it, the level of the gas is over the motor. And dump it in the tank. Now once I dismount this motor off of here, I'm going to take it and put it on the ground, start it up, and let it run till it runs out of gas. You dismount it the same way you put it on. You loosen the two mounting brake bolts. They got handles on them. You take those off. Then you lift this motor by the two handles. There's one on each side. The one on this side towards the bag, you take the little knobber off so it clears. Otherwise you can't, it'll block it, and then it comes off. Disconnect the hose from here, the rope that was tied, and from there. Take it off, lay it to the side, then lift this motor off and put it over on the side, start it up, and let the gas run out. All gone. Took the bar off, stored it here, the box of stuff, stored it up there. It hangs right back up on the wall. After you fold it up real nice, the wheel's out. Just hang the tube over the wheels. This tube here connects to the motor. It's kind of like an accessory where you can walk it out and suck up leaves from an inaccessible spot. It's a big long tube with a suction on the front. I just stack it up next to this. Now I'm going to do the same thing to the motor on the tractor. Drain the gas. Now that the gas has run out of it, I'm going to take this opportunity to change the fuel filter. Since I don't have to worry about too much gas running out, I'm going to make sure I change it now. Since I changed everything else earlier, this is the last thing that has to be done. Well, in order to change the fuel filter, you should put a rag or something underneath. Even though I ran the fuel out, there still might be fuel in the line and a little bit of fuel left in the tank. Not much. And you should have a container ready just in case you have a lot of fuel. Well, you got to take these two clips and you squeeze these things with a pair of pliers like that and move it off to the left or to the right off of the thing so that you can then pull the tube off. Do the same thing on the other side. If you have trouble getting this hose off of here, you use a screwdriver to pry it off. That's what I'm using. I'm using a screwdriver to pry it off, kind of like this. You pry it, and that lets the tube come off the end of that filter. Fresh fuel filter installed. You just put the clips back on where they came from after you put the new one on. To complete the storage, I put the battery charger on. I leave this thing on all the time. It's called a Battery Minder Plus. Even when the thing is being used in the summer, I leave it on, and all winter. This won't overcharge the battery. It conditions it and makes sure that it doesn't, well, it makes sure that it lasts as long as it possibly can. Once you plug it in, it hooks to this little gizmo here that's already attached to the battery. Like that. Once you run out of fuel, you got to make sure you remember to turn the ignition key off. Otherwise, this battery will be constantly draining